Well, that's a good cave mouth.
That was very good.
I think that's the best cave mouth we've seen this season.
Hello and welcome back to the Shallow Proclamation. My name is Thomas and I'm joined by my pal...
Paul.
We're watching Doctor The Mutants, episode 2.
I'm not yawning at the mutants. Just been a long day.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say you're yawning at my ramblings. It'd be fair enough.
Never, never.
Oh.
All ground stations. Your friend won't get far without a mask.
Nice.
Good. Hold him there. I'm sorry, gentlemen, I cannot stay the assassination, you understand? The man is being...
That little baton microphone thing is quite funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
The way he holds it up and then tilts it towards his mouth, pops it away.
You'll keep me informed about your progress.
It's almost like the phones have got worse in the 30th century.
Yeah, things have really gone downhill. Not got the elegance of an iPhone or a nice Android handset.
I kind of like the idea of maybe everyone will return to bricks.
Well, that's a good cave mouth.
That was very good.
I think that's the best cave mouth we've seen this season.
I quite agree.
Not exactly 100% certain what this man is doing at this point.
Yeah. What?
But,
is this some Solonian custom?
yeah, that's what he tells them.
Yeah, what was that in aid of? Was it like a kind of resuscitation
I
technique?
guess it was a sort of CPR-esque type thing.
I'm sort of questioning what I just like. What just was that real? What just happened? Pertwee's outfit is looking great, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I said in Sea Devils that's the last time we see the original outfit. So
Yes.
we're into a slightly different design now.
Very red, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the smart board at school.
Yeah.
Interactive whiteboard. And they're moving. Oh wow.
Surely if that had gone off in his face, he'd be like horrifically maimed.
Yeah, that could have gone quite badly wrong, couldn't
And the
it?
doctor's like, oh well. It's a bit like rave music, this. In a minute, the bass is going to drop.
Welcome to the club.
There's some bombastic signature music.
That is very bombastic. And it's very signature.
Funky
Gosh.
dissonant music.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I've not written anything down during that, and I don't know whether it's because... Is anything happening? The thing is, I don't know if I'm... There's nothing particularly riveting going on, but I'm paying attention to it, if you get what I'm saying. You know, I'm trying to follow what's happening.
I think there was a lot of tinkering in the lab. And I think I trust it. I think I trust that this is all going somewhere. But it
Risky
feels
business.
like if it continues like this for a few more episodes, it will become one of those Doctor Who stories where it's just here's some stuff happening. But no, again, developing the colonial theme, that nice line that the Doctor did there where he was like, you see genocide as a side effect. Like, wow, that's pretty brutal. And interesting that the character who's black is called Cotton. And I don't know if that's a reference there to...
Well, I think I read that. Oh, what did I read about that? I don't think it was a reference because I think it was originally written for someone else.
Right. Oh, okay.
It was written. He was written as a someone with like a Cockney accent or something. But then they hired this guy who I think is actually from Jamaica.
Right.
Let's just see if I can find something about that there. Yeah, Cotton was originally a Cockney, but Christopher Barry, the director, decided to cast the Jamaican Rick James in the role. However, his speech patterns remained unchanged. So they didn't, so I guess that is just a coincidence.
Yeah. But it's certainly kind of bringing up a lot of quite sort of kind of historic issues, isn't it? But not in a ultra heavy-handed way, because it's telling it in the context of this sci-fi story, and it's quite, it's not. It doesn't feel like it's a comment on any particular conflict or moment in human history. It's kind of more humans have been doing these sorts of things for centuries and would probably do so even in the 30th century when they spread across the galaxy. The idea that the human propensity to kind of exploit others and view others as other, and and even the idea of the mutants as well. That was a thing it kind of developed, wasn't it? That the mutts, as they call them. So there's like a lot going on in there that I kind of like and am intrigued by. But I think I agree with you. It didn't feel like there was a shape to it. The story, it kind of felt like it was raising a lot. But who knows? It might all kind of come together and have a real kind of plot as it goes forward. But I don't know.
And these six-parters, can often. I mean, you've got the option. I guess maybe there's sometimes with a six-parter you find that it sort of launches in pretty quickly, like the Sea Devils, and then it starts firing on all cylinders, and then you get different phases of the story, like an Enemy of the World one, where you suddenly get a kick in a different direction all of a sudden. But then other six-parters we've watched that have just been more like a slow build, haven't they? So the question is, hopefully, does it build to somewhere? Because we felt like that, I think, with was it the Wheel in Space that was started off quite well, but then never quite went anywhere, or it didn't feel like it did.
Not even the flapping Cyberman at the end.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm hoping it will develop, because there's a lot of good stuff in there. It's not the most sort of visually, intriguing, and it's not the best thing to look at, is it? I mean, as a set, I mean, it works for what it is, but it's not particularly eye-catching. It's quite the colours are quite muted and not hugely interesting. So it's going to have to battle with some of those things, Hopefully the quality of the story will override some of those minor quibbles, really. But you mentioned about that guy playing Cotton there. I think, I might be wrong, but we just don't see, at this stage of Doctor Who, we don't see many black people or people of colour. I think that the last time we had someone in a prominent role was probably in the Space Pirates, was one of the astronauts.
Oh yes, yeah.
I think one of the astronauts was a person of colour.
Man, that was a good story, wasn't it?
So actually here, Rick James has got, the actor here, Rick James, has got quite a prominent role in the story, at least so far. He's not just a background character, he's got a lot of lines and dialogue. So that's a good thing to see. So just it's just little things like that. Be interesting to see how that develops over the seasons as well,
Yeah.
through the history of the show. But yeah, so far not too bad, but it has to go somewhere, doesn't it? Really.
Yes. It's all right if you like that sort of thing. Yeah. Well, if you like to join us and see if it goes somewhere, do subscribe to stay in the loop, and do check out our Discord and Patreon and the links below if you're interested in that. But thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Bye bye.